Freedom isn't something found outside, it begins within. Ask yourself one question. Are you truly free, if just one annoyed look from someone can ruin your entire day? Are you really in control, if a single unanswered message makes your heart race and your mind spiral with worst-case scenarios? You may think you're strong, but in truth, you're still being controlled. By others, by their emotions, their silence, even their indifference. If someone can make you angry, you are still their slave. Epictetus said that over 2,000 years ago. And today, I'm going to share with you 11 Stoic lessons not to turn you into someone cold or emotionless, but to help you become immune to chaos, an unshakable fortress, a mind no one can disturb. 1. You're not weak, your brain is just misreading the situation. Think back to the last time you felt anxious, really anxious. Maybe it was when someone left your message on seen and didn't reply, or when your boss casually said, "Let's talk this afternoon," and suddenly your heart started pounding, your palms turned cold, and your stomach twisted into knots. Let me tell you something. You're not weak. What's happening isn't a character flaw. It's biology, an outdated survival mechanism kicking in at the wrong time. You see, deep inside your brain is an ancient system called the limbic brain, a part that hasn't quite caught up to modern life. To it, a delayed reply or an unread email isn't just annoying, it's a threat. A signal that you might be rejected, abandoned, or cast out from the tribe. And in prehistoric times, that meant death, alone, in the wild. So your body reacts as if you're about to be eaten by a tiger, when really, it's just a calendar invite. This is what Epictetus meant when he said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." The fear isn't fake, but it's misplaced. And the key is learning how to see it for what it island. Here's how to start. When the wave of emotion hits, don't fight it. Whisper to yourself, "This is not a real threat." Stick a post-it on your screen that reads, "This fear is ancient. I am safe now." Name the emotion clearly. I'm feeling insecure because I'm afraid of being left out. Giving it a name strips it of its power. And if your body still trembles, if the fear still lingers, know this. Not lashing out, not reacting impulsively isn't weakness. It's strength growing quietly inside you. Each time you choose calm over chaos, you're not just surviving. You're rewiring your brain. You're becoming the master of your mind. And that's how freedom begins, not outside you, but within. 2. Silence isn't weakness. It's chilling strength. Imagine this. You're having dinner with your family, laughter, small talk, passing plates around, and suddenly someone drops a snide comment across the table. Well, no wonder you're still single with that personality. The room freezes. Every eye turns toward you. Your cheeks flush with heat. Your jaw tightens. You can already feel the perfect comeback forming in your throat. Sharp, brilliant, brutal. But instead, you stay silent. You rise from your seat. You refill your plate. Maybe pour some more water. You move with calm, not because you couldn't strike back, but because you chose not to. And in that moment, you win. Not over them, but over yourself. That's not surrender. That's self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, once wrote, "Don't be angry at people, pity them. They act only according to what they know." Practice this the next time someone takes a jab at you. Pause. Breathe in for 5 seconds. And if needed, calmly ask, "Could you repeat that?" Most people won't. Why? Because silence forces them to hear themselves clearly, and that's often louder than anything you could say. And if you do choose to respond, do it with intention, not emotion. Ask, "Was that meant to insult me?" How would you want someone to feel if they heard that? These questions aren't weapons, they're mirrors. And often, that's all it takes. Here's the truth. You don't need to raise your voice to show power. Real power is knowing no one has the right to shake your inner peace. When you choose silence, you're not shrinking, you're expanding. You're drawing the line without drawing a sword. You're reminding the world that your self-worth doesn't beg for defense. And that, my friend, is a strength most people will never understand, but always respect. 3. Inner peace isn't for them, it's for you. Picture this. You're standing in line at the grocery store, exhausted after a long day, just trying to get home. Suddenly, the person behind you rams their shopping cart into your heels and barks. Can you move any faster? In a flash, you feel it. Your blood rushing to your head. The weight of the entire day rising to your throat, begging to be unleashed. You're ready to snap. But then, you pause. Because in that split second, you remember, if you explode, they win. You've just handed over the keys to your mind, your peace to a stranger, not because they earned it, but because they triggered something unguarded inside you. Socrates was once insulted publicly. He didn't respond. When asked why, he said, "If a donkey kicks me, should I file a lawsuit against it?" Here's your practice. Before stepping into any stressful situation, a meeting, a conversation, even social media, set a quiet intention. Today, no one gets to steal my peace. When faced with rudeness, imagine their words like soap bubbles. They float, they shimmer, and then pop, gone, harmless. And if you do slip up, if the moment overwhelms you and you react in a way you regret, don't beat yourself up. Forgive, recenter, begin again. That's not failure, that's training. You see, emotional mastery doesn't mean you never feel triggered. It means you learn to choose your response despite the trigger. Every time you choose stillness over spite, composure over chaos, you reclaim a little more control over your life. Because inner peace isn't some gift you give to others. It's not about being polite. It's not about appearing calm. It's a shield, a boundary, a silent declaration that says, "You may act out, but you won't pull me into your storm." That is Stoicism in action. That is real strength, quiet, firm, and entirely your own. 4. Not everything is about you. Ever had that uneasy feeling? Someone walks past you and doesn't smile. You send a message, and hours go by with no reply. Someone makes a vague comment, and suddenly you're replaying it all night, searching for hidden meaning. Before you know it, your mind kicks into overdrive. Are they upset with me? Did I say something wrong? Maybe they're pulling away. It feels personal, it feels urgent, it feels like something you caused. But here's the truth. Most of the time, it's not about you at all. They might be tired. They might be overwhelmed. They might be battling something silent and heavy, something you'll never see. And yet, we suffer. Because we've been conditioned to believe that everything others do or don't do is somehow a reflection of our worth. We take their silence as rejection, their distraction as disapproval, their distance as proof that we've failed. But as Marcus Aurelius wisely reminded us, you always have the option of having no opinion. Try this instead. The next time your thoughts spiral into stories, pause, take a breath, and gently tell yourself, "That's their story, not mine." You'll feel a weight lift, because you were never meant to carry everyone's moods on your back. You were never meant to decode every silence, every glance, every tone. You were meant to protect your peace, to anchor yourself in clarity, to live with a heart that isn't tossed around by every passing cloud. Here's the shift. Instead of assuming everything is personal, assume that most things aren't, not because people don't care, but because everyone is the main character in their own storm. You don't need to chase closure for every unanswered moment. You just need to return to yourself, calm, steady, untangled. Because the more you release the need to be part of every story, the freer you become to write your own. 5. Stand firm, even when the world shakes. There are days when life feels like a test of your resolve. Someone misunderstands you. People mock your beliefs. Even your closest friends or family question the path you've chosen. You feel like a lone tree in a storm, battered by criticism, shaken by doubt, tempted to bend just to be accepted. But in that moment, you're faced with a choice. Will you sway to please the crowd? Or will you stand tall and stay true to what you believe? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "Be like the rock against which the waves continually break. It stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." And that is your practice. You don't need to shout. You don't need to argue. You don't need to defend every step you take. You just need a straight spine and a steady heart. The strength you carry isn't in how loudly you speak. It's in the power of your silence when everything around you is loud. It's in your calm when the world wants a reaction. It's in your stillness when chaos begs you to move. Let them question, let them doubt, let them talk. Your truth doesn't need their approval. It only needs your protection. Because here's the thing, if you keep changing your direction to make others comfortable, you'll end up nowhere. But if you walk your path with quiet conviction, you become immovable not because you're stubborn, but because you're grounded in something deeper than opinion. And the people who once mocked you, they may never agree, but they will respect the strength it takes to be unwavering. So the next time you feel alone in your decision, remember the ocean may roar, but the rock never apologizes for standing still, and neither should you. 6. You've been programmed, but you can rewire it. There's a moment so quick, so subtle you almost miss it. Someone raises their voice, and your heart starts racing. You see a long pause in a message, and your mind fills with worst-case scenarios. Someone seems distant, and suddenly you're spiraling into self-doubt. These aren't decisions. They're reflexes, habits of the nervous system, programmed by years of hurt, survival, and silence. But here's the truth that changes everything. You are not broken. You're just running on an old script. And, just like code, that script can be rewritten. Seneca once said, "The most powerful person is the one who has power over themselves." It doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with awareness. Next time your chest tightens, your jaw locks, or your voice trembles, pause. Feel it. Don't judge it. Just breathe into the space between stimulus and response. And ask yourself, is this reaction helping me, or is it a ghost from my past? The more you choose awareness over autopilot, the more you teach your nervous system a new language, the language of calm, of agency, of clarity. Think of every emotional trigger as a pop quiz from life. You can either repeat the old pattern or respond as the version of yourself you're becoming. And sometimes, you won't pass. You'll still react, still flinch, still say things you wish you hadn't. But that's okay. Because even a failed attempt is a lesson in progress. Every pause, even a shaky one, is a sign that something in you is evolving. This is the Stoic path. Not perfection, but pattern interruption. Not detachment, but disciplined emotion. Not suppression, but self-mastery. So yes, your reactions were learned. But now, you get to decide which ones stay. You get to become the architect of your own mind. And that is where true power begins. 7. Be grateful for the people who irritate you. It sounds absurd, doesn't it? Be grateful for the person who cuts you off in traffic. For the coworker who always interrupts. For the relative who knows exactly how to push your buttons. But pause for a moment. What if these people, these daily irritations, aren't obstacles, but unexpected teachers? What if they're not here to ruin your peace, but to reveal where your peace is still conditional? You see, anyone can stay calm when the world is kind. But it's the difficult people, the ones who poke, provoke, and prod, that test your discipline, your patience, your self-control. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." So here's a shift in perspective. The next time someone annoys you, instead of immediately reacting, try whispering to yourself, "Thank you for the training." Because that's what they're offering. Free, daily, uncomfortable emotional training. That passive-aggressive comment, a chance to practice restraint. That sarcasm, an opportunity to clarify, not retaliate. That rude behavior, a mirror showing where you're still reactive. It doesn't mean you approve of them. It doesn't mean you excuse bad behavior. But it does mean this: you refuse to give them the remote control to your emotions. Their behavior is theirs. Your response is yours. And in that space between the two is your power. The people who test your patience are not here to bring you down. They're here to build you up from the inside out if you let them. So the next time you feel triggered, ask yourself, Am I about to give my peace away, or am I about to level up? Because mastery isn't forged in ease. It's built in friction. And sometimes, the people who annoy you most are the very people who train you to rise. 8. Let people walk their own path. You want what's best for them. You want them to see what you see. To change, to heal, to grow faster. You speak with love, you try to guide, you try to help. But all you get in return is resistance, frustration, maybe even silence. And it hurts because you care. But here's a truth that's hard to accept. You can't carry someone across a bridge they don't believe in. You can plant the seed. You can water it with kindness. But you cannot force it to bloom before its season. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Here's the practice. Next time you feel the urge to fix, to convince, to save someone, pause. Gently remind yourself, their journey is not mine to control. It doesn't make you cold. It makes you wise. Because control disguised as love is still control. And the more you try to force someone's transformation, the more you lose your own peace in the process. Let them stumble. Let them question. Let them learn at their own pace, even if it's slower than you'd hoped. Your responsibility is your path, your growth, your integrity, your energy. You weren't put here to rearrange other people's lives. You were put here to walk your own, with clarity, grace, and strength. And when you do that, when you become the example instead of the lecture, the anchor instead of the storm, you give others the space to rise in their own time. So release the grip, not out of indifference, but out of trust. They'll find their way. And you'll find freedom not from them, but from the weight of trying to be everything for everyone. 9. You don't need to be seen to be valuable. You post something meaningful and wait. 20 minutes pass, no likes, no comments. You wonder, did I say something wrong? Do people even care? You give your best effort at work, but no one acknowledges it. You show up for others consistently, quietly, but your presence feels invisible. And slowly, without noticing, you begin to question your worth. That's the trap of external validation. We start to believe that value is something granted by others, measured in likes, praise, or applause. But the Stoics would remind us, your value isn't up for debate, it isn't conditional. It isn't something others hand to you, it's something you already hold. Here's the shift. Instead of asking, did they notice me? Ask, was I honest? Was I kind? Was I aligned with who I want to be? That's your true scoreboard. That's the kind of worth no algorithm can measure. You see, when you tether your self-worth to recognition, you become a puppet, your piece rising and falling with the crowd's attention span. But when you root your worth in character, in how you carry yourself when no one's watching, you become unshakable. Not because people always see your value, but because you no longer need them to. And if the world overlooks you, let it. You're not here to be seen. You're here to be solid. Remember, diamonds don't sparkle in the dark because someone's watching. They sparkle because that's what they do by nature, by pressure, by design. So the next time you feel invisible, don't shrink. Don't chase attention. Stand tall. Be consistent. Shine anyway. Because the most powerful kind of value is the kind that doesn't ask to be validated. It just island. 10. Master your anger before your words cause damage. You feel it rising. That familiar heat behind your eyes. The quickening heartbeat. The sudden need to say something, anything, just to release the pressure. Someone disrespected you, crossed a line, and every part of you wants to strike back, to remind them, you can't treat me like that. But pause. Because, here's the truth. Anger is never the problem. What you do with it, island. Seneca, the great Stoic, said, the best cure for anger is delay. So next time you feel the fire building, don't text. Don't call. Don't press send. Walk away. Drink some water. Breathe like your peace depends on it, because it does. And when the storm inside you settles, ask yourself, will these words heal or will they harm? Am I speaking to protect my boundaries or just to punish? Because words spoken in anger are like arrows. Once released, they don't return. And even if you regret them, they still land. Sharp, wounding, unforgettable. But silence? Silence buys you time. It gives you a sacred pause. A moment to remember who you are, not just how you feel. Being stoic doesn't mean being emotionless. It means being emotionally mature. It means using anger not as a weapon, but as a signal. Something needs attention. Something needs care. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is not react. To stand still in the face of provocation. To respond not with fire, but with awareness, restraint, and dignity. Because anger may make you feel powerful in the moment, but true power is what you hold on to when anger tries to pull it away. So when you feel the burn in your chest, don't explode. Pause. Wait. Let the fire pass. And let your response come from clarity, not chaos. That's not weakness. That's command. That's the kind of strength that leaves a mark without saying a single cruel word. 11. Good or bad, that's up to you. You lose the job. The relationship ends. The opportunity falls through at the last second. And immediately, your mind declares a verdict. This is bad. Unfair. Why me? But slow down. What if you're rushing to label something you don't yet understand? The Stoics believed that events themselves are neutral. It's not what happens that hurts us. It's the story we tell ourselves about what it means. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." So, here's your practice. Next time life surprises you in a way you didn't want or expect, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me? What if this isn't a setback but a setup?" Sometimes, the thing you thought would break you builds you. Sometimes, the delay is protecting you from something you weren't ready to carry. Sometimes, the closed door is a redirection, not a rejection. You don't need to force optimism. You don't need to pretend everything is fine. But you do have a choice. To meet life with curiosity instead of judgment. To leave room for mystery. To understand that you are not just the author of your response. You are the editor of its meaning. What if the pain was preparation? What if the loss made room for something better? What if this moment is giving you exactly what you need to grow? The Stoic doesn't see life in black and white. They see life as clay, raw, shapeless, waiting to be molded. And so the final truth is this: you don't control what life gives you, but you always control what you make of it. And sometimes that shift in meaning, from victim to student, from wounded to wiser, is all it takes to transform the moment and yourself. Conclusion. And now you've learned 11 Stoic tools to become emotionally untouchable. Not numb, not distant, but free. Remember, freedom doesn't mean nothing affects you. It means nothing controls you. You're no longer a puppet pulled by anxiety. You're the hand that holds the strings. So tell me in the comments, which lesson hit home for you today? Like this video if it gave you strength. And subscribe if you're ready to build an unbreakable mind, one Stoic lesson at a time.